This is a fairly challenging algebra question, and I'll give you two methods also to solve it. You have your function given f of x, and now we're going to write g of x. That's going to be f of x plus 1 square a into x plus 1 plus b minus f of x minus 1, right? So let's just put the whole thing and plus 1 की जगह minus 1 कर देते हैं. Now we simplify this. This is a square minus b square, so x plus 1 plus x minus 1 becomes 2x, and x plus 1 minus x plus 1 becomes 2. And then you have the second part, ax plus a minus ax plus a, and that becomes a 2a, and the b gets cancelled. Okay, so this is your g of x. You are given g of 20 is 72. That's 4x plus 2a. G of 20 is 72. Put it back. 4 into 20 plus 2a is 72. You get a is equal to minus 4. Then the smallest possible value of b is. Okay? So now I'm going to write f of x greater than equal to 0. Substitute a. This is now greater than equal to 0. I'm going to complete the square now because this is x square minus 2 into x into 2. I'm going to add 2 square and subtract it. Plus b greater than equal to 0. Right? So now I get x minus 2 whole square plus b minus 4. This always has to be greater than or equal to 0. I want the minimum value of b. So you can see that x minus 2 whole square smallest value is going to be 0. And then for b minus 4, if the smallest value is 0, then b minimum value will have to be 4. Is this making sense? X minus 2 whole square smallest is 0. So now b minus 4 smallest is 0. That will happen when b minimum is 4. So you get 4 as the answer. And let me give you another nice method over here. It says that alternatively, the function f of x is always greater than or equal to 0. It is never negative, which means that greater than equal to 0 means it is a parabola, upward opening parabola, touching only at one point. Touching the x-axis only at one point means equal roots, right? You don't have unequal roots because it's touching at only one point. So equal roots are possible, of course, when d is equal to 0. And when d is equal to 0, in this particular quadratic, x square minus 4x plus b equal to 0, equal to the function. Substitute, put d equal to 0 and get the value of b as 4. This is the boundary condition. So that's why this is the right answer for this question. B is equal to 4. Straightforward question. You have the distance from B to C is thrice of A to B. So we'll take A to B and then B to C thrice, either 10 kilometers, either 30 kilometers. Trains travel from A to C via B. Speed of train 2 is double of train 1, right? Train 2 is double of train 1. So let's take train 1 speed as 1 kilometer per hour. Train 2 becomes 2 kilometers per hour. While traveling from A to B, and their speeds are interchanged from B to C. So from B to C, let's interchange 2 kmph and 1 kmph. Ratio of time taken by train 1 to train 2. So ratio of time taken, so let's calculate time over here. 10 upon 1 is 10 hours, and 10 upon 2 is 5 hours, and 30 upon 2 is 15 hours, and 30 upon 1 is 30 hours. Add them up. Ratio of time taken, 10 plus 15 upon 5 plus 30 is 25 upon 35. Ratio is 5 upon 7. D part is the right answer for question number 15. Lengthy question on geometry, but not very difficult. So you have sum of perimeter of equilateral triangle and rectangle is 90. Let side of triangle be A. So perimeter is 3A. And over here it says sides of the rectangle are 1:3. So let me take K and 3K. So perimeter becomes twice of K and 3K is equal to 90. Simplify. 3A plus 8K is 9090. Then it says that area T of the triangle and area R of the rectangle satisfy the relationship R equal to T square. Okay, it's first equation. So we take sides, area of rectangle K and to 3K, and then that's the area of the rectangle. R is equal to t square. So take area of the triangle root 3 by 4 a square iska whole square. Okay. So now k into 3k is of course 3k square, and now take square root on both sides. So square root on both sides becomes root 3k is root 3 by 4 a square. Okay, root 3 cancel. So I get k is equal to a square upon 4. Substitute k back into the original equation. A square upon 4 is 90. This gets simplified. You get another equation. 2a square plus 3a minus 90 is equal to 0. ठीक है. Oh, I'm sorry, वो plus कर देता हूँ मैं उसको. Sum is minus b, that's equal to 3 product is c into a, that's minus 180. ये मैंने I have changed the sign back, right? This was a plus 3a. Sum is 3. So what are two terms whose sum is 3 and product is minus 180? By hit and trial I realize, sorry, sum is minus 3. I realize that it is sum product minus 180, sum minus 3. It's minus 15 and 12. And divide by a, divide by 2, basic process of calculating the roots. So minus 15 by 2 and 12 upon 2. A is equal to 6. I need the longer side of the rectangle, that is 3k chahiye. So a is 6, put it back on top. K is a square upon 4, k is 6 square upon 4, 36 upon 4 is 9, and 3k is 27. Answer is 27 for this question. Question that we also saw in slot 1. So along the same lines we will see something to the power something. 1 kab hoga? 1 power anything is 1, anything power 0 is 1, and minus 1 to the power an even number, VEN, even number is equal to 1. Okay. So let's take the first category where the base value is 1. So x square minus 5x plus 7 is equal to 1. Solve the quadratic. Plus 6 is equal to 1. X is equal to 0. X is 3 or 2. I get two integral values. In the second one, the power has to be equal to 0. So x plus 1 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to minus 1. And in the third one, the base has to be equal to minus 1. So we just copy paste it over here, and 1 ki jagah put minus 1. So 7 plus 1, 8 ho jayega. When you find out the discriminant over here, b square minus 4ac, 25 minus 4 into 8, it turns out to be minus 7. So there are no integers over here. Forget integers, there are no real values of x available over here. So in total I have 2 roots here and 1 root here. 3 is the right answer for this question. Even. Okay, that's it. Next question, which is based upon modulus, is an absolutely beautiful question. It is also potentially a little lengthy and should have definitely been left all alone in the exam. In how many ways can a pair of integers x comma a be chosen such that x square minus 2 mod x plus mod a minus 2 is equal to 0? And of course, the most basic way of approaching this question would be via the basic definition of modulus. You have two modulus terms over here, mod x and mod a minus 2. So we get 4 definitions over here. The first definition is if x is greater than equal to 0 and a minus 2 is also greater than equal to 0. First definition, okay? Which means that a is greater than equal to 2. So first definition is x greater than equal to 0 and a greater than equal to 2. Second one becomes x less than 0 and a greater than equal to 2. Third definition becomes x greater than equal to 0 but a less than 2. And the last one becomes x less than 0 and a also less than 2. This becomes the first step. 4 definitions. If you have one mod function, then 2 definitions. If you have 2 mod functions, then 4 pairs of definitions. So now we will solve them one at a time, and as soon as I solve maybe the first and the second one in green and red color, uske blue and yellow should be more straightforward. So let us write out our equation for these definitions. If x is greater than equal to 0, then your mod x becomes x, and if a minus 2 is also greater than or equal to 0, then mod a minus 2 basically becomes a minus 2. Okay? And we want to now calculate the discriminant quickly. Discriminant becomes b square 4 minus 4 into a1 into c, that's a minus 2. And I will be focusing on values of a and then discriminant and then x. Okay? So if a is greater than or equal to 2, let's start with a equal to 2. If a is 2, then discriminant is 4 and roots exist. So यहाँ पे let me put a equal to 2. When you put a equal to 2, x square minus 2x is now equal to 0. So x becomes 0 or 2. And I have two solutions now. X becomes 0 or 2. Okay? So we'll put back our original expression a minus 2. Now let me try a equal to 3. When a is 3, the discriminant is now 0. D0 means equal roots. So when I put a equal to 3, I will get 1 over here. X square minus 2x plus 1 is 0. That means x is equal to 1. And I have one more solution now. So now when I put a equal to 4, the discriminant becomes minus 4 and values of x will not exist. Therefore, for this initial first case, green color, I have 3 solutions. Similarly, let me move on to the red case. When x will be less than 0, then मेरा जो mod x है वो minus x बन जाएगा. ठीक है? No solution here. Mod x will become minus x, so I get x square plus 2x plus of course a is greater than equal to 2, so a minus 2 equal to 0. Again let me try out values for a and x. A को 2 डाल देंगे. This is my discriminant, b square minus 4ac. A को अगर 2 डालोगे, your discriminant becomes 4. When you put a as 2, this now becomes, जब a को 2 डालोगे, you will get x square plus 2x equal to 0. X square plus 2x equal to 0, similar to the previous green colored case. X will be 0 or minus 2. X will become 0 or minus 2, but we are now taking values of x as less than 0. When x has to be less than 0, therefore this case is eliminated and not counted. ठीक है? इसके बाद let me try a equal to 3. When I put a equal to 3 over here, discriminant will become 0. So x square plus 2x plus 3 minus 2, 1 will be equal to 0. So x will become minus 1. जब यहाँ 1 रखेंगे, x will become minus 1. And if you put a equal to 4 next over there, if you put a equal to 4, then your discriminant will become negative, so there will be no roots. We'll just continue this process, and this is really, really challenging. Finish it off quickly for the other colors. When x is greater than equal to 0, mod x becomes x, but if a is less than 2, then mod a minus 2 becomes 2 minus a. Write down the discriminant. Discriminant आ गया, and then let's try out values for 2. Values for a, sorry. A is supposed to be less than 2. Let's put a equal to 1. When you put a as 1, you'll get x square minus 2x plus 1 equal to 0, and discriminant is 0. So x का value आ जाता है 1. Both values are satisfying. A is less than 2 and x is greater than equal to 0. But if you try another solution, a equal to 0 डालोगे, then your discriminant becomes negative. So therefore x will not exist. Let's finish it off for the last case now. X is less than 0, तो यहाँ पे plus 2x आ जाएगा. A is less than 2, so plus 2 minus a आ जाएगा. Let's put a as 1, discriminant आ गया. A को 1 डालेंगे तो x minus 1 आएगा, and if you put a as 0, there will be no further solutions. This becomes the end of the set. So I have 3 solutions over here. A is 2, x is 2, and a is 2, x is 0. A is 3, x is 1. Then next case I have 2 solutions over here. Over here I have only 1 solution, and last case also I have only 1 solution. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, I get a total of 7 solutions for this question. And what a lovely question. Should have been left well alone in the exam. But let me show you an alternative method for solving this in the next slide. Yeah. An alternative way to do this question which is going to be much shorter, but still it is very uh, challenging to be able to think in this manner, is basically going to be that I am now going to replace this x square with mod x square, right? So that I now have a quadratic equation in terms of mod x rather than in terms of x. Okay, and when I want solution values for x and a, obviously your discriminant has to be greater than equal to 0. So let's quickly calculate the discriminant, which has to be greater than equal to 0. It will be b square 4 minus 4 into a into c, that's mod a minus 2. This has to be greater than or equal to 0. So mod a minus 2, what is the values that it can take? What are the values that it can take? Smallest integral value for mod a minus 2 is obviously going to be 0, right? And in that case, your discriminant becomes 4. So this case of mod a minus 2 greater than equal to 0, of mod a minus 2 equal to 0 is going to be giving me some values. So I will be solving this. What if mod a minus 2 is 1, then 4 minus 4 will become 0. So d becomes 0, that means this will also be giving me some roots. And if I take 2 over here, then it will become minus 4. This will not be giving me any roots. So let us take them one at a time. Let's say that mod a minus 2 is equal to 0. That means a is equal to 2. Okay? If a is equal to 2, let us put it back into the original equation. You get mod x square minus 2 mod x and a equal to 2 डालेंगे तो ये आपका 2 minus 2 0 हो जाएगा. So this becomes equal to 0. That means if you solve this quadratic, now mod x is either equal to 0 or it is equal to 2. Mod x equal to 0 or mod x equal to 2 gives you x is either 0 or 2 or minus 2 for a equal to 2. a equal to 2 के केस में I have 3 solutions now. ठीक है? Let's take the other case. Mod a minus 2 equal to 1 लेते हैं. That means a minus 2 is plus minus 1. That means a is either 1 plus 2 or minus 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, minus 1 plus 2 is 1. I will take these individual cases and now I am going to solve. Okay? Let us put a equal to 3 now. So you get mod x square minus 2 mod x equal to 3 डालो plus 1 equal to 0. This gives you this is the expansion for mod x minus 1 whole square equal to 0, which gives you mod x equal to 1, which gives you x is plus minus 1. So for a equal to 3, I now have 2 more solutions. X is plus minus 1. And we'll solve the other case now. ठीक है? Plus minus 1. Next case में चलेंगे. Put a equal to 1, you'll get the same expression actually. Exactly सब कुछ same आएगा. And x is plus minus 1. But the difference now is that x is plus minus 1 for a equal to 1. So total solutions आपके 3 solutions इधर for a equal to 2, 2 solutions here for a equal to 3, 2 solutions here for a equal to 1, and finally you have a total of 7 solutions. And what a lovely question, one of the best questions of quants that I've ever seen. Of course, why it is best is because of the difficulty level also. So that is the end of question 18. We have discussed it with in 2 approaches, one traditional and one slightly different. Beautiful, lovely question. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. This is a TSD question, not very difficult, but it is definitely a little lengthy. So you have 2 circular tracks, T1 and T2 of radius 120. They are touching at A. So these are two tracks. They are touching at A. Starting from A at the same time, Ram and Rahim are walking on tracks T1 and T2 at respective speeds. So we'll take T1 as the larger radius for Ram, T2 as the smaller radius for Rahim. The number of full rounds that Ram will make before he meets Rahim for the first time is. Now, in order to meet for the first time, they have to meet at the starting point. Okay? Over here, A pe they have to meet at the starting point. So we know how to ensure meeting is at starting point. I will quickly convert my speeds to meters per second. 15 and 5 को we are going to multiply by 5 by 18. ठीक है, तो 5 by 18 से multiply कर दीजिए, you get 25/6 meter per second, and let's take 5 into 5 by 18, that becomes 25/18 meter per second. I have my speeds now. ठीक है, now how do I calculate, ये speeds आ गई, how do I calculate the time taken for one round? What is the time taken for one round by Ram? Distance upon speed, 100 upon, what will be the distance, circumference, 2 pi 100 upon speed, 25/6. Ram completes one round in 48 pi seconds. What about Rahim? 2 pi 20 divided by speed, 25 by 18. It becomes 144 pi upon 5. Ram completes one round in 48 pi seconds. Rahim completes one round in 144 pi upon 5. When will they meet for the first time at the starting point together? LCM, standard theory that we are aware of. LCM ले लीजिए इन दोनों का, calculate LCM of fractions, LCM of numerators upon HCF of denominators. I now get that they are going to meet after 144 pi seconds. Now I have to calculate 144 pi seconds में राम कितने rounds लगाएगा. कितने rounds लगाएगा? Speed into time. राम का speed 25/6 into time 144 pi seconds is the total distance, divided by rounds के लिए divided by distance covered in one round. What is distance covered by Ram in one round? 2 pi 100. इसको solve करिए, simplify, you get 3 rounds as the answer. The answer is B part. So this was simply based upon your theory that first meeting at starting point is LCM of time taken to complete one round by each of these persons. So this was a little lengthy definitely, and a little yeah, but manageable. So you could have done this maybe in round 2 in the exam. That's all. Let's go to the next one. Basic question of one of the existing and popular results of TSD. A and B are 2 points on a straight line. Ram runs from A to B, Rahim runs from B to A. A to B, B to A. Ram, Rahim. ठीक है? And they are going to meet at some point. After crossing each other, Ram and Rahim reach their destinations in 1 minute and 4 minutes respectively. It's a TM square equal to T1 T2 question, right? That's a existing result that everybody should be aware of. So I'm just going to use that result. And if they start at the 1 minute and 4 minutes, if they start at the same time, find the ratio of speeds. Ratio of speeds S1 upon S2 is distance upon time, distance upon time. D is same, it will get cancelled. So in the end, what you need to simply find out is the ratio of time periods taken to cover the distance AB. Okay? And for that, we are going to use the formula Tm square equal to T1 T2. What are T1 T2? T1 T2 is time taken after meeting. After meeting, they took 1 minute and 4 minutes respectively. That's 4. So time taken to meet each other is 2. Okay? So now let's calculate our answer. What is the time taken by Ram to meet 2 minutes after meeting 1 minute? By Rahim to meet 2 minutes after meeting 4 minutes. 6 upon 3, 2 is the right answer. Answer is A part for this question. This is a basic geometry question. Let C1 and C2 be concentric circles such that diameter of C1 is 2 centimeters longer than C2. So we'll draw 2 concentric circles and इनका center and radius भी बना देते हैं. So you have the radius of the smaller circle, now you have the radius of the larger circle. If a chord of C1 has length 6 centimeters and is a tangent to C2, I will draw a chord on C1 which is a tangent to C2, something like this. So it becomes the tangent, and then you have the center over here O. Obviously center to tangent is 90 degrees. Radius for the bigger circle is R1, smaller one is R2. And when the chord is of length 6 centimeters, when I draw a perpendicular from the center to the tangent, it is going to, to the chord, it is going to bisect it. So ये 3 हो जाएगा. And it is asking diameter of C1 क्या है, which means 2R1. We have to calculate 2R1. ठीक है? Let's solve. Pythagoras लगाएंगे, you are done. The diameter of C1 is 2 centimeter longer than that of C2. D1 is 2 centimeters longer than D2. D1 की जगह 2R1, D2 की जगह 2R2 plus 2. So you get R1 is R2 plus 1. Then we'll use Pythagoras theorem. R1 square is equal to R2 square plus 3 square, and substitute for R1 R2 plus 1 whole square. Expand both the sides and cancel out R2 square. इससे आपको R2 मिल जाएगा. R2 becomes 9, 8, 4. When R2 is 4, then R1 becomes 4 plus 1, 5, and 2R1 becomes 10. So your answer is 10. Simple question. Third question on time and work. John takes twice as much time as Jack to finish the job. So let the efficiency or rate of work of John be A. ठीक है. John takes twice as much time. Jack, let be the second person, efficiency B. Jim becomes third person, efficiency C. Now, the rate of work is inversely proportional to the time taken, right? If you are taking more time, that means if you're taking more time, your rate of work is less. If you're taking less time, rate of work is more. Obviously. Okay? So John takes twice as much time, double the time, because he is half as efficient. A is half as efficient as B. A is B upon 2. Okay? Jack and Jim, B and C together take 1/3 of the time because they are thrice as efficient. B and C together take 1/3 of the time to finish the job because they are thrice as efficient. Thrice as efficient as A. ठीक है? Simplify. B is equal to 2A. And substitute B over here. 2A plus C is 3A. So therefore C is equal to A. Okay, result. Now let me take some values for A, B and C. Let's say if A is 1, then C also becomes 1, and B is equal to 2A, so B becomes 2. Now we close the question. In order to finish the job, there is a certain work that has to be done. John takes 3 days more than that taken by all three of them working together. All working together. Okay, so work done. Time taken by them together is D, and they are working together, so in 1 day work done is A plus B plus C. Okay, and John takes 3 days more, that is D plus 3. John is A. You have to find out days taken by Jim to finish the job alone. Jim is W upon C. Time taken is W, work done upon rate of work C. Solve and get the answer. ये निकालना है हमको. ठीक है. Substitute the values of ABC. 1, 2, 1. So you get 4D is D plus 3 into 1. So you get D is equal to 1. D आ गया. Now work done कुछ भी उठा लो. D plus 3 into A उठा लो यहाँ से. D plus 3 into A, pick it up. Divided by C. So 1 plus 3 is 4 into 1 upon 1. So 4 is the right answer for this question number 22. Very straightforward question. Very simple question on profit and loss. In May, John bought the same amount of rice and same amount of wheat as he bought in April, but spent 150 more due to a price increase of rice and wheat by 20% and 12% respectively. So we can take rice, we can take wheat prices in April and May. Let me take the prices in April as 100 R for rice and 100 W for wheat. They have increased by 20% and 12%. It becomes 120 R and 112 W. ठीक है? If John had spent 450 on rice in April, now before that it says that in this process of price change, 150 rupees more has been spent. The units are missing. 150 more. So 150 more because of what? What is the gap? Gap here is 20 R and here 12 W, right? So 20 R, and we'll assume 1 kg quantity because it says same amount of rice and wheat. Let's assume 1 kg each has been bought. So the gap 20 R plus 12 W for 1 kg each has costed 150 rupees more. The difference on 1 kg has costed 150 more. And it says that if John spent 450 on rice in April, so April rice is 100 R is equal to 450. 5 से cancel करो. And how much did he spend on wheat in May? Wheat in May is 112 W. It's asking find the value of 112 W. ठीक है, solve करोगे आंसर आ जाएगा. 5 से गया 20 times, 5 से गया 90 times. So 20 R is 90. Put that over here. 90 plus 12 W is 150. इससे आपका W आ जाएगा. You get W is equal to 5, so 112W is 560 is the right answer. That is C part. Question on equations connected to algebra, connected to maxima minima. Aaron bought some pencils and sharpeners and spending the same amount of money as Aaron. Let's say money taken is M. Okay? Aditya bought twice as many pencils and 10 less sharpeners. So I need to know how many pencils and sharpeners. If the cost of one sharpener is 2 more than pencil, sharpener is 2 more than pencil. So let us take pencil price as P and sharpener price becomes 2 more at P plus 2. Let us take number of pencils as A and number of sharpeners as B for Aaron. Now, what did Aditya do? Twice as many pencils, same amount of money, M equal to double the pencils, price is P, and 10 less sharpeners, B minus 10. Sharpener price is P plus 2. Only one equation has been provided. Find minimum possible number of pencils bought by Aaron and Aditya together. 3A. Together is A plus 2A. 3A minimum value. And you have only one equation. So we expand it. BP plus 2 is 2AP. BP plus 2B minus 10P minus 20. Okay, some stuff gets cancelled. BP and 2B is cancelled. Now let us bring 10P and 20 on LHS. 10P plus 20 is equal to AP subtracted over here. So 2AP minus AP is AP, where A is the number of pencils, which is an integer, is equal to AP. So cross multiply P. So upon P becomes equal to A. Please check if you have understood till here. Now I have A and again simplify. It becomes 10 plus 20 upon P. A is equal to 10 plus 20 divided by P. A has to be minimum. For A to be minimum, P has to be maximum, and A is an integer, right? P has to be maximum so that denominator आपका बड़ा हो जाए, and maximum value of P can be 20 because it is 20 divided by P. ठीक है? And we have to ensure that A is an integer, P is a factor of 20, largest factor of 20 becomes 20. So we find out A, 10 plus 20 upon 20 is 11, 3A becomes 33. 33 is the right answer for question 24. Lovely, beautiful question and definitely challenging to be done in the exam. Elementary question on ratios. Sum of money split between A, S and M. The shares of A and M are in the ratio A and S are in the ratio 3:2, and the shares of S and M are 4:5. So S पे 4, M पे 5. Now you see this is 4 here and this is 2 here. So it's basic concept of connecting ratios. Instead of 3:2, let me write it as 6:4. So this tells me now that when S is 4, then M is 5 and A is 6. So the ratios have now been connected. If the difference between largest and smallest of the three shares is 400. So let me put a constant K, 6K, 5K, 4K. If the difference between largest and smallest, which is 2K, is 400, then Sunil's share is 4K. If 2K is 400, 4K is 800. And that is the answer for this question. 800 is the right answer. PNC question. Slightly tough and challenging, very risky in a theta type scenario. How many 4-digit numbers, each greater than 1000 and each having all 4 digits distinct, are there with 7 coming before 3? So I need a 4-digit number. Okay? So 4-digit number mein, if the 7 has to come before a 3, what if the 7 is in the first position? Then the 3 can come somewhere in these 3 spots. Okay? What if the 7 is in the second position? Then the 3 can come in one of these 2 spots. And we have another case now. What if the 7 is in the third position? Then in that case, the 3 will come in the last position. We'll come over here now. If 7 has already come, 3 has to arrive in one of these 3 spots. Okay? So 3C1. In one of these 3 spots, 3 aa jayega. You have a total of 10 digits. 7 is gone and 3 is gone. 8 digits are left. So in the remaining 2 positions or spots, if 8 digits are left, first place can be filled in 8 ways, second place in 7 ways. ठीक है. Now we look at the second scenario. Over here, look at this digit. यहाँ पे you have total 10 digits. 7 is not allowed, already used. 3 is not allowed, it will come later, and 0 is not allowed. So out of 10 digits, 3 are not allowed. So this position can be filled in 7 ways. Okay. Now let's come to these two positions. In one of the positions, 3 has to come. So 2C1. 3 has to come. And now we have to look at the last remaining position can be filled in how many ways. You have a total of 10 digits. This digit is filled up. 7 is filled up. 3 is filled up, right? So total 7 possibilities. We come to the last possible case. Look at this spot. 7, 3 and 0 are not allowed. So 7 ways. But over here, 7, 3 and the digit that has come here are not allowed. So 7 more possibilities. Add them all up. 3C1 is 3. 3 into 8, 56. Into 3 is 168. 49 into 2 is 98. And 49. Add them all up. You get a total of 315 as your answer. Okay. Listen to it again. Every single number that I have used, I have explained how it has come, right? So listen to it again if you did not understand. And that was the last question of this paper. So if we look at the analysis and cutoffs for the afternoon slot, again, the paper is very, very heavy in arithmetic and algebra, covering 19 questions in the paper. And then you have geometry 5 questions, modern maths, that's PNC 1 question, and then Venn diagrams, which was miscellaneous category 1 question. But what was the level of the questions? According to the estimated percentile scores that students got, at the 85 percentile mark, you needed to score 7 to 8 correct questions. And for a 95 percentile, it was around 10 correct questions. And for 99 percentile, which would have been fairly challenging according to me, and that would have been around 14 to 15 questions. So since we have completed our solutions for all of the questions, I would like to take this moment to point out which were the very, very easy and doable questions which an average student could also have done, although of course इतना आसान नहीं होता with an average preparation for you to be able to select the easy questions. And so even to have an average performance, often you need to be a stellar student with a stellar performance. Okay, so let me try to point out for you the very, very doable questions. So this was based upon ratios and time is constant, तो ये थोड़ा moderate level question था. Definitely from the interior point, the point was not mentioned. This was a moderate question. This was a very tough question. This was about the properties of special equations, so ये moderate में जाएगा. It's not a very filthy easy question. This is using AMGM and log properties, so it is a mixture of 2 chapters. So again, this is a moderate question. Oh my god. This is from sequence and series, basic properties, but then with sequence and series, it is mixing up exponents. So this becomes a moderate level question. Now this was a doable question because values will either be nearby or they will be far away. Question number 7 was doable. 8 was basic SICI and doable. 9th was again a little tricky in terms of drawing some lines and getting the values. 10th again AMGM with a little bit of manipulation was out of range. 11th was basic arithmetic, so it was doable. 12th was very, very basic algebra. This was doable. 13th was Venn diagrams with a little bit of maxima minima, तो ये moderate हो जाएगा. 14th was tough. 15th was doable. 16th was very doable, slightly lengthy. 17th might have been a little tough, exponents properties. 18th was the toughest question of the paper with 2 alternative methods that we covered. 19th was easy. 20th was very easy, using an existing property, Tm square equal to T1 T2. 21st was an easy geometry question, basic properties of circles. 22nd was the basic time and work methodology. 23rd was again basic, although these were slightly lengthy questions. 24th was tough because of the maxima minima. So this is actually not even an arithmetic question but an algebra question. 25th was the easiest question of the paper, um, based upon ratios, and 26th was a tough PNC question. Okay, so now we are able to make down the list of the very doable questions. We have 7, 8, 11, 12, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 25. तो ये टोटल कितने बने आपके? 3, 6, 9, 12. There were 12 questions within the paper which were really straightforward. Other than that, which other questions could you have done or managed really depended upon your maturity for solving. So overall the difficulty level was quite decent, and you could have gotten to a 95, but getting to 99 would have been tough, challenging. So yes, I liked the paper that they presented. Not too easy, not too difficult, and uh, a student with a good preparation would definitely have been rewarded. Until next time, I'll see you in slot 3. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.